Fashion is a big part of For Honor. You may be bad at the game or good.
Is this a joke?
But as long as you have good fashion, you're fine with me. In today's video, we're going to be doing something really special. I'm going to be designing a piece of fashion for a For Honor YouTuber named Havok. If you don't know who he is, he's the edgy Warden that you would see many people cosplay as, or you may have seen his Warden around in the community, which is pretty likely. Now, he doesn't play Kensei, which makes sense, he's a Warden. Why would he want to play Kensei? But as a Kensei main and as Fujikiyo, this makes me very depressed and sad.
Yes, very sad. Anyway, it got me thinking.
So I've decided to hatch a genius plan. If I design the sexiest piece of fashion that he's never seen before in his life, he would have no choice but to play Kensei more. Will I succeed in making some good fashion as well as making Havok play Kensei more? Well, there's only one way to find out. The main pieces of inspiration I'm going to be using for all of these Kensei designs is his Warden Punisher look, as well as some other Kensei looks that he's done in the past. Now these are going to give me a clear indication what style he likes, what colors he mostly enjoys, and what type of theming I'm going to be going for with all these looks. For the weapon design, I've gone for more of a simple design to fit with each look that I'm going to be showing off in this video today, as well as it's just more of a simple design, which I think he will appreciate. You're going to need the Yoshioka blade, you're going to need the Inagaki hilt, and you're going to need the Shimizu guard. For the armor, you're going to need the Shakugu helm. For the chest, you're going to need the spiked void. For the arms, you're going to need Senjin. The color is going to be Apollyon because it's all black. Now for the ornament, it's either going to be antlers or spiked horns, which I do know that he likes using with a lot of his Kensei designs. For material, you're going to use tar for the right shoulder, left shoulder, as well as arms. Now as the other material you're going to use is white, and you're going to use that for the standards, and you're going to use that for the chest. As for paint patterns, you're not going to have any except for the back. Now because just have it as black, unfortunately I wish I could have no paint pattern on there, but it just doesn't look right. And as for the symbol on the back, I liked to use tripled storms, but I've never really seen Havok actually use any symbols, so it's really up to him or you if you decide to make this look. If you want to use any symbols, I've just chosen a symbol which has a bit of black in it, as well as just white to go with the whole theming. The main inspiration for this design was Havok's Warden. I copied almost all of his usual designs to have more blacks and whites usually. Now with this design, I kind of went with my own little spin on things to have the chest and standards to be white to at least pop out with the rest of the black look of the fashion. As well as I chose the helmet, which I would say around that time, all the helmets have the obviously white skull on it, which he is a fan of, as well as it also suits a lot of his characters. So that's why I did it in the first place. As well with the symbol in the back, I decided to make the back at least pop out as well with the white symbol. I know that he doesn't usually have symbols, I've never seen him use symbols, but I thought that would at least be fitting for this design. For the next design, I actually based it off one feature of his Warden design, and that's being his back, having the blood, black and white on his Warden design. I tried to replicate that for Kensei. Unfortunately, Kensei just doesn't have the right colors as well as paint patterns, because some of the paint patterns that Warden has, obviously Kensei doesn't. So I've decided to instead still go with the blood idea, instead just going with a more red and white type of blood look, which still has all the black elements, all the white elements that I know that Havok does like and use. This one is not my strongest, which the first one is, I personally just still wanted to experiment with a blood looking Kensei, which I think he may enjoy, but I don't think is his cup of tea, unfortunately. This next design is just another simple version of the very first look, just with minor different changes as well as certain armor changes here and there. The major differences is the helmet due to having a white helmet, as well as the material having black in it obviously changes their hair to black. So you can't really see it, but at the back of it you can, so that's obviously a major difference. The other major difference I would like to say is that the actual ornament I decided to change to a skull, a white skull samurai, which obviously skulls, Havok kind of go two and two together. This is just another simpler version of the black and white look, so not really much I could really talk about besides the one I've already discussed. With my last design, I really just wanted to go with a simple black Kensei with hints of white here and there. Now there are two versions, the only differences are one has a bit more white than the other, as well as an ornament change, because an ornament can actually make and break a look. And so I've decided to choose the two ornaments that I've already shown in this video, which I actually think both fit Havok's style, as well as just look really good for the character. Now with this design, I obviously really still kept trying to capture the idea of his Warden. Now his Warden to me personally is the most thing that's recognizable about Havok. Obviously I do know that he has other fashion, and I'm not saying his other fashion is terrible by any means, and why I didn't copy that. I just think that his black and white looks are just so unique towards him, as well as it's just kind of like a tradition of his, I've noticed, as well as it's just, that's how you can tell it's Havok, or that's how you can tell it's Havok's fashion at the end of the day. Havok, I really do hope that you enjoyed this fashion, and please tell me if I succeeded in making you play Kensei more. If I didn't, then oh well, I at least hope that you enjoyed this fashion show of mine. To the rest of the people who watched this video, please tell me in the comments below if you thought I got anywhere close to Havok's unique style, and do you think I actually achieved on actually making some good fashion? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. As well, would you like me to try and replicate other YouTubers' fashion, as well as try and make a unique look for them with Kensei? Now the reason why I say Kensei is because I am a Kensei main. I have every bit of fashion I ever need, ornament, symbol, anything I would ever need to make the best unique fashion for Kensei and other content creators. So tell me in the comments below with that as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really does help with the channel, and it just makes me blush. If you want to do that anyway, I don't know. With that, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.